BBC News at 5 o'clock. This is Nick Qureshi. COVID infections have risen by more than 30% in the UK, prompting warnings that NHS waiting times could go up. Boris Johnson is being urged to suspend a Conservative MP who allegedly groped two men. And Steve Wright is bidding farewell to his afternoon show, but will continue to present Sunday Love Songs. Official figures suggest there has been a significant increase in the number of people infected with COVID across the UK. The Office for National Statistics estimates that 1 in 30 people had the virus in the week to last Friday. That's an increase of about 32% on the previous week. Dr. Adrian Boyle from the Royal College of Emergency Medicine says there hasn't been a big increase in hospital admissions, but the spread of the virus is causing problems in the NHS because a growing number of doctors and nurses are having to self-isolate.
Lots of staff are off, and that's creating lots of problems that we can't open wards, we don't have enough beds to look after the patients who are coming through, and as a result the emergency departments get full, and then we end up with long waits in the ED, in the emergency department, and then we end up with ambulances waiting outside and people waiting for a long time for an ambulance. The long waits we're seeing now are worse than we would have seen in any previous winter.
Boris Johnson is facing calls to expel a Conservative MP who resigned from the government last night after allegedly groping two men at a private members' club. Chris Pincher left his post as Deputy Chief Whip, saying he'd had far too much to drink. Downing Street said Mr Pincher had done the right thing by resigning and described him as a loyal MP. Our political correspondent Jonathan Blake reports.
Since Chris Pincher's resignation, opposition parties and some Conservatives have called for him to be suspended from the party. Labour's Yvette Cooper said a full investigation was needed into what she said were allegations of sexual assault. The Lib Dems said it was difficult to see how he could continue as an MP. Two senior Conservative backbenchers have written to the Chief Whip warning that the party's recent approach to claims of misconduct was damaging its reputation. One minister has also said Mr Pincher should lose the whip.
Boris Johnson and New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern have signed a deal to give more opportunities to younger people to travel between the two countries to live and work. The age limit for applicants is to be raised from 30 to 35, and the maximum length of time people can stay in the host country will be 3 years. Miss Ardern's on a visit to the UK. One of England's most important seabird colonies, the Farne Islands off the coast of Northumberland, has closed to visitors after hundreds of birds there died of avian flu. Boat trips for tourists will continue, but they won't be allowed to land. Around 45,000 people visit the islands every year to see up to 23 species, including puffins. At Wimbledon, Britain's Heather Watson is into the fourth round of a Grand Slam tournament for the first time in her career. After beating Kaja Juvan from Slovenia, Watson took the first set on a tie-break and held off a fight back by Juvan in the second. Afterwards, she said the success in front of her family and the home crowd meant everything to her.
It wouldn't be me if there wasn't a bit of drama at the end. And wow, what an atmosphere. I mean, there is nowhere I would rather make... I know I'm not speechless because I'm blabbing on, but I don't know what to say. Playing here at home in front of all of you guys, the atmosphere is everything. I love you too.
The BBC's Steve Wright in the Afternoon is coming to an end after more than 40 years. In the past few minutes, Steve announced he would leave the afternoon show in 3 months' time. Scott Mills will take over the slot. Steve Wright will continue to present Sunday Love Songs here on Radio 2. More from David Silito.
Good afternoon, how you doing?
It was in 1981 on Radio 1 that Steve Wright in the Afternoon first began.
Crank it up.
Through the 80s, he introduced Mr. Angry,
Let's just play again Bob Marley, Mr. Angry.
Sid the Manager and Dave Doubledecks,
Here on Radio Local with me, Dave Doubledecks.
and a whooping, applauding, cheery, chatty posse.
It's the show with excitement and plenty of fun.
It was high-rated, highly produced radio, known in the business as Zoo format. There was a break in the 90s, but he returned, this time on Radio 2.
It's the big show, it's Steve Wright in the Afternoon.
But after 41 years, it is now finally coming to an end.
David Silito reporting. Some breaking news. A Tory spokeswoman has said that Boris Johnson has agreed the Conservative whip should be suspended from Chris Pincher while the MP is investigated by the Independent Complaints and Grievance Scheme after he was accused of groping 2 men. In the city, the 100 share index closed down 13 points at 7,156. And the weather, a band of rain affecting Northern Ireland will spread to much of the rest of the UK during the evening and overnight. The southeast of England will remain dry. Overnight temperatures will range from 9 Celsius in the north to 13 in the south. BBC News, it's 5:05.
Nick, thank you very much.
Sarah Cox. BBC Radio 2.
Take it away, Daniel.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Are you ready? Just about holding it together after those magnificent clips of Steve. Thanks for that, Nick. Bit of class, there, that announcement from Steve. Broadcasting legend, 24 years of The Big Show. And it's been an absolute honour to follow on from his show every day and waving through the glass over the last couple of years. Let's thank him for all his support and friendship. What a lovely, lovely man. I grew up listening to him. He's an absolute broadcasting legend. If you want to share your love, feel free to 88291. What I do know about Steve, he hates a fuss. He will be back Monday, so he'll be back Monday. You've got all summer to enjoy him, and huge congrats, of course, to the brilliant Scott. Right, here we go. All Request Friday, 2 hours of great tunes and you. 88291. Get in touch with the show. Auntie Pat in sunny Devon says, play this song for my great niece, Abby Phillips, who turns 18 today. She's the most remarkable young lady, won the Wales Child of Courage Award. She's endured many operations and, despite being in a wheelchair, has helped to raise thousands for charity. So Abby, this is for you. Happy birthday, sweetheart.